Hey guys, this is Laura Kate. Hey, I was working on pulling some information and intel this morning. I have a prophetic advantage, and so I'm able to really go in and nail some things that maybe some people wouldn't be able to pick up. And then I have a very analytical mind. I was a winner in science, and I won a Bosch and Lama Award, and I've won a NASA challenge. So I'm just really able to have two advantages in the fact that I have prophetic knowledge and as well have a very analytical, scientific reasoning mind. That being said, I just want to give America applause in that, you know, we are going to be taking back some territory that was taken over by basically an assailant is what I'm looking into. Really looks like the Illuminati. There's a group called EDIS. It's a modern day EDIS that used to be over in the European region. So think about it as like empires trying to take over empires. It's happened for years, and this is kind of a century learning that we're such a young country we really haven't come across yet. But in this day and age, I wanted to give an example of when I was in elementary school and just what's going to be taking place here so that you have an idea. So when I was in elementary school, I want to say it was in second grade, possibly I believe it was second grade because I think Miss Femister was my teacher at the time. I always really enjoyed my teachers. They were so sweet and I learned so much from them. Had a really great, you know, top of the notch education. We lived in a very exclusive area, and they had almost like private school education at our public schools. And so anyway, but they had this great idea. It was, you know, earth awareness and trees planting. And they got together, you know, with the city council and our mayor and all that stuff. And they decided that Philida was going to plant trees on on one big side of the yard as you enter the school. And so it was kind of up a little bit of a hill. There was nothing there, and there was just like free space. I guess like you could put in urban housing next to it, and it was just a free field. So anyway, what we did is we were little. We got out there with our shovels. I think they had pre-planted holes. We got out there, and each student, or we had groups of students. I got to plant one because I was chosen. We got to plant these trees, and you know, it was kind of cool at the time. I remember looking around them and being like, these are kind of close together. You know, I mean, I didn't think about them advancing up, but I remember thinking there's not a lot of space between these. So anyway, as time went on, these trees grew into this great forest. And anyway, they were so dense, you couldn't even walk through these trees as they grew. And you know, trees, as they grow. So what they had to do, because it was causing chaos after about, I want to say 10, 15 years, because they didn't have, I guess they didn't talk to a planning committee to have these trees planted. They had to actually take the whole thing down because it was just too chaotic and it just wasn't done right, and it just wasn't planted in a design or schematic that would be sustainable for years to come. And also, I guess, like, you know, there could be theft in there and students could hide in there and that kind of thing, and it just became dangerous because it was just too dense and too populated. So instead of being this lovely thing that we planted and really, you know, made a difference in earth, we planted something that honestly had to be all taken down. And so I just want to say, you know, we have sort of these plants of terrorism going on, and I just want to say, as we come, you know, there may have even been celebrations in cities over some of the structures that people have built. They may have pulled you in on a marketing level. They may have celebrated these certain things that they've built with you really not knowing how it was going to grow or it had the end result of that. So I want to tell you this research I'm finding that the end result is cruel, it's bad, and it's actually an oppression for America. And so what we're going to be doing is we're going to be going through and, you know, at a national security level and really taking and chopping down those trees that have been built or that have grown. They've been spreading for a lot of years now. I know back from 1990s. We have evidence that China was coming in and invading our country basically on an intel level and really planting people here. So we have, that was one of our reporters who's Chinese was actually reporting on that people were being planted way back then, and they're still here. And so you guys, I just want to tell you we're going to be making some changes, but I wanted to give you the example of the planting and how people applauded it, and it was a great thing, and it went with Earth Day, but then the end result is it was not planned well. So let's talk to an arborist. Okay guys, this is the Laura Kate Show. Let's get a better plan and let's take out one that was devised to harm and to cause chaos. All right, take care. We'll talk later. Bye.